Buddy, do you want to be a girl? Do you want to be a girl, buddy? There he goes. Hi guys, this is Rachel, and this is the gorgeous, beautiful, and feminine KellyKyle. And we are going to turn her into a boy. We're going to start with the transformation process. And as you can see, long hair, flowing in the wind, and very feminine figure. So we're gonna do what we can to try and boy him up a bit, or boy her up a bit. Okay. So as you may or may not be able to tell, we started with a little upper body binding. You can even tell by the side she's a lot less curvaceous, and that kind of definitely made a big difference in defeminizing her. We used our trusty Starrin wrap to keep it down. Okay, so in the middle of the transformation process, we realized that Kelly still had a little bit of nail polish. And that's a big no-no because guys typically don't wear nail polish. So we're ready, moving it off a little bit. Getting rid of the nail polish. Trying to add a little bit more manliness to it. Alright guys, so the once beautiful and feminine KellyKyle is now ready to go out in public as her male counterpart, Kyle. So look at her. Him. Look, no boobs, no curves, calf socks with flip-flops, no hair. Totally masculine. So now that we're ready to go out in public and see what it's really like for a female to male transvestite. Okay, so we're here outside of the beautiful Martins, getting the true experience of a guy right here. No purses. Okay, so we're ready to go in and try and get some good reactions. Look at that manly strut. It's hot. So let's talk about your Martins experience.
Martins has been pretty okay. I didn't really catch any people staring at me, but like when I caught eyes with people, they would do the thing where they're like, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, they were obviously staring like 2 seconds ago, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this one girl in the line or whatever, I was standing there and she was like just little girl, and she like looked at me and like looked me up and down, and then like turned to her mom and was like, tranny. So.
What'd her mom do?
She was just like, oh, honey.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, that's fine. Just be condescending, whatever.
Right. So it was the younger person that was kind of being judgmental towards you. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
But the older one wasn't necessarily being all that nice either. She was just like, oh, be quiet.
Yeah, like don't stare, that kind of thing. All right. So I guess our next stop is Walmart.
Walmart.
And we will see you guys there. We're in front of Kohl's on Eldersburg. Kyle and I decided to make a little pit stop because he needed some new boxers and stuff. So we're going to go inside Kohl's, walk around the guys section for a little bit, and see what happens.
Yeah. Mostly lamenting the socks.
Ew.
But other than that, I can't, like, having trouble finding the guys section. I'm not a real boy. Or my girlfriend.
The car from Kohl's. What was it like in Kohl's?
Kohl's was definitely much more, like, many more stairs, because, like, they didn't know, like, am I going to go in the girls' dressing room, am I going to go in the boys' dressing room, but, nobody, like, said anything, so it was fine. In the checkout line, though, once again, in the checkout line, there's this little girl, and she was just, like, staring, she was just, like, and when we walked around her to get into the line in front of her, because, like, that cashier opened up first or whatever, she just like rotated her body as I like walked past, and then when I got to the front, she just like came forward and like sat in the cart and looked at me, and I was like, "What's up? How you doing?"
How old do you think she was?
6, 7.
Yeah, so
she was
young
like
one.
Little. Probably like never seen a cross-dresser before.
How is it feeling with your bonding and everything?
These are sweating. My chest is very, very warm. The plastic is pretty unforgiving. Does not breathe. Doesn't let anything out, so I feel bad for people who have to actually bind themselves, but I'm pretty sure.
Next stop is Walmart. So we will see you guys at Walmart. Alright, so Kyle and I are right in front of Walmart in Eldersburg, our last stop on the tranny train. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right.
It's gonna be full of very ignorant people. I'm excited. Walmart always is.
Okay. All right. We'll see you in some really not so ladylike behavior going on here with Kyle.
It is really cool that I can do this in public now and no one cares. Great.
Pretty sure that's the only reason that she's doing it.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
So Kyle, how was your Walmart experience?
Walmart was okay. It was just like, I could hear people like mumbling just like, out of like, the kind of mumbling you hear where you know someone's just like, you know, wait till they walk away so we can talk about them. That kind of mumbling. So I was like, okay.
What kind of people do you think it was that were like looking at you?
Well, one of them was like this older guy who was like, I would say like 30, 40 something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was just like confused more than anything else. He was like, what's going on there? What is that? You know what I mean?
Not right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't match.
Okay, so how overall would you explain this experience?
Interesting, because I didn't feel like I'm wearing like a bunch of like guy clothes. It was interesting to see what it's like to have to wear the clothes of like the gender you don't identify with, and to like feel like you're in public like doing something wrong because of it.
Right. So you think that's how it feels like when
like,
a transgender person has to dress as the gender they were born with?
Exactly. Like a real like transgender person would probably feel like that.
Right.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah. Do you think it'd be difficult for females who are transgender and identify with the male sex to get up every morning and have to dress and bind like you did?
Yes, it would be very annoying. It would take a lot of time. They would have probably would just cut their hair so they'd have easier time than that. But yeah, I think it would just be really difficult to try and like tell your body like to stop doing what it's doing because you don't feel that way.
Okay.
So,
awesome. I mean, I hope this helped you guys get a really good insight to what it's like to be a transgender person and help your understanding grow for these kind of people.
525,600 minutes, 525,000 moments, oh dear. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year?